Hi guys, I'm Skid from Explicit Tutorials and we're back with another video. This time it's a little different, but I think you're gonna enjoy it either way. Today we're reviewing Royale. I'll say my opinion on the game, including a little tutorial on how to get your first win in this new Battle Royale experience. Royale is currently in an alpha state and is free on the Steam store. So right as you start the game you will be met with a pretty standard menu screen, and there really isn't anything special about it, but where this game lacks in cosmetics it makes up in gameplay. You have the 3 standard game modes, that's 100 player last man standing in solos, duos and squads. Now when you join a match right off the bat you're met with what is probably my favorite feature of this game, and that is the class system. There's 5 classes: Warrior, Engineer, Assassin, Mage and Hunter, and they all carry their own unique playstyles and different people will like different classes. This allows the game to become more diverse, increasing the replayability of it and making every match feel different. Each class has their very own abilities, a special movement ability, and most importantly their special weapon, which can only be made in a forge, but we'll touch on that a bit later. The Warrior is best suited for close range combat, with his abilities to withstand a lot of damage and at the same time dish it out makes him the best class to start off with. The Engineer is a sort of all-rounder. He can do close quarters but also long range. However, he's best used in squads mode to support teammates and lock down important choke points. The Assassin is a nimble class. With him you can either play it long or close range, but not so much mid-range. By far the best class in my opinion because of the flexibility he carries within his abilities. You can choose to be a sniper or you can choose to be a close range pest depending on what you like. Mage is the class no one likes to play because it's the support class. I don't recommend using the Mage unless you're playing with teammates. And Hunter is the class that everyone seems to love but me. He's a mid-range character, so I can see why people like using him. He can dish out an insane amount of damage if you have the accuracy needed with the bow, and he's got a pretty good skill set that helps him maintain the mid-range he's good at. Now that that's out of the way and you've started the game, you'll notice that you're in a Zeppelin, a lot like the one in Fortnite. So the same principle applies here. You ride in it across the map and you choose your landing point, the only difference being in the way you land. Whereas in Fortnite or PUBG you use a parachute, in Realm you Hulk smash into the ground and it looks just as fun as it sounds. The next part is looting, and the main difference here is that you're guaranteed to get loot from every house in the game, which means you won't be at a disadvantage based on the loot spawn RNG. This is what I personally hated the most in PUBG, where you could go into multiple houses without finding a single weapon, whereas someone found one in their first house and therefore was way better off than you. There's 5 classes of weapons including crossbows, pistols, rifles, shotguns and swords, and the best ones are the rifles and shotguns for sure, but if you're like me then you're the type of guy who picks up a sword instead of a shotgun just because he likes swords. Now the next step is finding your first kill. Combat in this game takes a bit of getting used to, but once you do it will be fairly easy to get kills. I'll explain it in 3 simple steps. Always move from cover to cover. Since there isn't building in this game like in Fortnite, it's vital to maintain cover. You always want to be near a wall, rock or anything that will block bullets, so that if someone shoots you, you can dash into cover quickly and start shooting back, heal or anything really. Just doing this right will win you a lot more fights than before. Use your abilities right. You have been given abilities, use them to get the biggest advantage possible, whether that's teleporting around to make yourself a harder target or taking a quick break to reload using a smoke screen. It always helps to use your abilities. Don't overestimate yourself. Most of the people start shooting at enemies as soon as they see them. Take the time to calculate the shot before you shoot it. This can be especially frustrating in squad mode when one of your teammates starts shooting at someone without a moment of hesitation and then proceeds to get your whole squad killed. The point is, don't ever pick a fight where you're at a disadvantage. Now that you've killed some people and you've got some shards, you can go to one of the forges given on the map. Now this is where the fun starts. At the forge you can craft different things like armor, abilities and your special weapon, and every class gets a special weapon. The Warrior gets a throwing axe, the Engineer gets a plasma gun that does AoE damage, the Assassin gets a super powerful sniper rifle, the Hunter gets his bow, and the Mage gets a spear that shoots and bursts. Please don't use the Mage guys, it just doesn't work, okay? If you're still alive by now, and you should be pretty well geared and in the top 20, this is where you should stop prioritizing items and start thinking about surviving. The smaller the zone gets, the more people die, and at this point it's best that you lay low for a while and wait for the enemies to kill each other. I say this because sounds in this game are very loud, so if you're having a firefight and you win it, chances are someone will just come by to clean your low HP ass up. Stay hidden and wait until you know you can take someone out quickly and efficiently. By now you should be in the top 5. This is the time where you need to start to fortify a spot in the circle. I like to go in a 2-story building in the middle of the circle and hold up in there. Look out through the windows and don't forget to keep moving, as people will be trying to snipe you at this point, so don't give them an easy shot. If everything went according to plan, you should be in a one-on-one situation with the last enemy standing. This is where you want to go on the offensive, use your abilities and scout out where he is. Then try to pick at him or go straight in for the kill. A lot of the times people become too passive in these situations and start hiding. This is where you take advantage of it and surprise them. Once you're done, you've just earned yourself a win in Realm Royale, or at least if someone didn't 3v1 you. In conclusion, I don't really think this is the Fortnite killer. Fortnite still has a lot more things to do inside it, but I think the way this is headed, with more updates and fixes, it will be a prime contender very soon. Well then, that's just about it for this video guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, tell us in the comments whether you wanna see more Realm Royale or just gameplay videos in general, and I'll see you in the next video.